Hey, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. If you're new, my name is Autumn. I homeschool my two daughters. My oldest will be going into second grade and my youngest will be starting kindergarten. But my youngest is also only going to be 4 when we go into kindergarten. She's a later birthday. So my plan is to take things a little slower even though it is her kindergarten year. In this video, I am going to talk about what we are doing for math. So I have previously uploaded a video all about using Zearn. We have used Zearn for this past school year. My youngest has been doing kindergarten even though we've been doing pre-K stuff, and my oldest has been doing first grade, but it has kind of just been something we've been adding on to what we are already doing. And I have kept my oldest several lessons behind so that it was something she can do independently and allow me to work and focus with my youngest. We will still be using Zearn, but we are going to be doing things a lot differently. I have previously used EUREKA Math, which is through a company called Great Minds, and we absolutely love it. I used it when I was a classroom teacher, and I love that it is free to access. Recently, I've actually had a lot of difficulty accessing on their website. I have everything downloaded already that I needed for this school year, but I did look into the website and I wasn't really able to find the things that I had found before. So if you are interested in using EUREKA Math, I found that EMBARC Online still works. I will make sure to link that, but that will not be what we are using for this school year. So Zearn aligns so well with EUREKA Math, and I really have enjoyed using it as a supplement, but we are going to use that as our main curriculum going into the second grade and kindergarten year. So I'm going to show you on the computer what that is going to look like for us. Okay, so I am logged into my Zearn right now. If you didn't catch my previous video where I went through what I actually use on this website, make sure to check that out. But I wanted to show you what I believe we will be doing for math this upcoming school year. So I am going to just go here to curriculum. I am going to go, we'll do second grade. So here is the overview of second grade. She is going to be doing adding and subtracting of friendly numbers all the way through to shapes, times, and fractions. So each of these, M8, you see, M5, all of these, M is for missions in Zearn. For the math that we were using, M was for modules. So again, it lines up with the math that we were using before. There would be 8 modules in the math for EUREKA Math. So there are 8 missions for Zearn. But what I'm going to be doing is going to be a little bit different this year. So I'm going to go right to module 1. We'll start right there. I don't really look at the mission overviews. I've looked at them before and I haven't found them to be super helpful with what I'm using Zearn for. So if I click on this mission here, so I'm going to be using the digital notes and I will be using the lesson materials, but let's just start at the teacher lesson materials so I can show you what is going to happen. So this is just mission 1. Again, there are going to be 8 missions. So this isn't going to be all of the lessons. This gives me 1 through 8. So think of this as a unit. So you have the topic, you have the fluency practice. This is basically the teacher lesson plans. So as you can see, teacher says this, S is for student. These are the different lesson plans. If I scroll all the way through here, this is where I get to the independent digital lesson. So this is the Zearn portion. This is what Alani will complete. Not independently, it will be talking her through to how to complete this, and then she'll do the extra practice on her own. So if I go back to here, you will see if I click on student lesson materials. So the exit tickets are something to do at the end to show that you understand what was taught in the lesson. But as you can see, this is exit ticket for lesson 2. And then if I keep going, they have a word problem for lesson 3, as well as an exit ticket. So here are the optional problem sets. Now these provide a lot of additional practice. A lot of times problem sets are 2 pages. So this is lesson 3's problem set. And as you can see, it goes on to the next page. There is not going to be one for every lesson, it seems. This one is, the first one is in lesson 3. So as you can see, if she doesn't need all of this, like right now, we're using the problem sets and I'll highlight certain ones because she doesn't need all of the practice. So this is just something that I'm going to have to decide as we go. I'm going to have to see what is needed based on what she is learning and what she might be having more difficulty with. But this right now, these problem sets is basically what we're doing now. So for Alani to do this independently, hers won't look like this, but I'm just going to show you. She will go into hers. She will complete a number gym for this lesson. She would do a sprint. This math chat would be the guided practice where they're talking her through everything. And that's also where she would do the notes. That's where she does that with assistance. And then this Tower of Power, that's where she's working independently. But if you didn't see my previous video, I will show you what a guided practice looks like.
Hey Zerner, I'm Mr. Sawicki, here with Maya and Braden. Today's lesson is a math chat. In math chat, we'll learn something new together.
So when you come here, all of these dots are areas where they're going to interact. So they're not just watching a video the whole time, they are interacting with what they are learning. So if I go right here, you're gonna say, do I have these things? Yes or no. That's the first thing that they answer.
Let's hit it.
And then if I go all the way to here, this is the actual lesson that he was teaching. And then I'm counting how many cubes are in total. I'm going to put the answer here, and then I'm going to click enter. So again, each of these is a different way that they are interacting. Most of these are interacting with the lesson, them solving something, answering a question, and down in this end is when they're going to be doing the notes.
5 plus 5 equals 10.
Nice. 10 minus 5 equals...
10 minus 5.
So then when I click over here, this is going to be the part for the actual notes where I'll have my daughters use a piece of paper and answer the question along with the instructor. So here it's telling them to get ready with their notes. If I haven't printed it for some reason, or if they've lost it for some reason, I can go up here and I can make sure to get that printed real quick. But this is a very short walkthrough that they do with the child.
10 plus 8 equals 18. This green bar means it's time to check your work to make sure it's right. Your notes should match the work on screen. If you made a mistake, cross out your mistake and write the correct answer next to it. Don't erase. Now, complete the number bond to match the addition sentence. Write the whole here and the parts here and here. The whole is 18. The parts are 10 and 8.
So Alani would have tried this on her own, and then they go over the answers. And I really do like that they say to cross it out and then write it, because that allows me, if I hadn't been there at that moment, to see, all right, she didn't get that one correct. We need to maybe work on this a little bit more. So as I said, this is not how I've previously done things. So I'm going to try this out. I'm going to use the resources that are within here, and hopefully it works well for us. So that is what we are planning to use for math, but that is not the only thing. I had been also looking into Beast Academy, and I went online. There was something else I was looking into, but I can't remember the name. I went online to kind of just see other people's thoughts, and I ended up finding this company. And then I also remembered that someone else that I follow, I will link her channel, That's Right, I Homeschool. I remember her mentioning these as well. So between the great things that I had seen online, as well as her recommendation, I've decided that, I'm sorry for the glare, I've decided that I'm going to add these in as well. So I think that it is just going to be a different approach for my girls when it comes to math. I think it'll be something that allows them to use their brains a little differently and still really hone in on those necessary math skills. So I'll show a quick flip through of both of these books so you can kind of get a gist of what is inside of them. But I will also link the website because there are some sample pages and you can see some things there as well. But I'm really excited to still continue with a math curriculum that I already know we really enjoy, but just in a different way. I think that's going to be really beneficial, and I'm still very much familiar with the way that it is laid out and everything, but I think it's really gonna shorten things a bit for us, especially because I feel that I'm a lot of times taking things out that we just don't necessarily need, and I feel that doing it directly through Zearn is gonna make things a little bit smoother for us. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm really excited to try out these books as well. I think they're gonna be beneficial for both of my girls. But that is gonna be it for this video. If you have any questions, please make sure to leave them in the comments. If you are familiar with any of the things that I'm using, you have experience with them, and you wanna let me or anyone else know about that, please also leave that in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. It really means a lot, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.